The next guy I want to talk about, Derrick Henry. You don't want to be a year or two late on Derrick Henry. And I get it. Like, people are going to pick Derrick Henry near the top of the first round, if not the 101, 102, 103. I get it. He's been dominating, right? Last year, he was getting like 30 carries a game, and that could be a problem, okay? Me personally, I'm moving on. I don't want to be a year too late. You know, you basically compare what his value is right now. Imagine what you can get for Derrick Henry and compare that to zero, because that's what these running back cliffs are like. And I'm not saying that this happens this year, but I'm making sure that I'm getting value for Derrick Henry. I don't want to be left with somebody that I can't sell. Now, if I'm a win now team, sure, I get it, keep him. But I'd rather trade him for someone like Christian McCaffrey, who's entering his age 26 season. Same thing with Saquon. You're probably asking, dude, you want me to trade for these injury-prone running backs? No, I want you to trade for running backs who are still young, who have elite ceilings. And I'm gonna get to Saquon in a minute. But Christian McCaffrey, after an ankle injury, after a hamstring injury, you wanna fade him because of that? The dude had the highest scoring fantasy season ever, and then the third highest fantasy scoring season ever in points per game. Like, I'm not fading that. I digress. Anyway, Derrick Henry just turned 28 in January. Running backs are usually past their prime after the age of 27. He also almost has 1,500 career carries, which is kind of the threshold that we see with these running backs dropping off. And that's according to a study, an article done by Ted Seth from Pro Football Focus. We saw it happen with Zeke, and maybe you think that Derrick Henry is that anomaly. But do you want to bet on that and not get value while you can? I'm taking the value. Were there any other signs of slowing down for Derrick Henry? He looked good last year, but one thing I did notice is that his breakaway rate has decreased over the past 2 seasons. You know, those runs that he breaks for more than 15 yards? In 2019, 33.5% of his total rushing yards were coming off those big gains. That came down to 31.2% in 2020, and then it came down even further to 26.4% in 2021. Just for some context, Sony Michel had the same amount of 15-plus yard carries as Derrick Henry did, with a similar amount of attempts. Zeke only had 3 less 15 or more yard runs than Derrick Henry, similar amount of work. Listen, Derrick Henry was averaging 30 touches per game last year. They're going to run him into the ground. I'm probably not going to be spending a high pick on him in redraft leagues, and I don't want him on my roster, you know, when he eventually does break down. Can he be the anomaly? Sure, he can, and there are anomalies all the time, but I just don't want to bet on it, right? That's all. All right, guys, that's all I got for the Dynasty Dilemmas. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. That would help me out a lot. Please like the video, and I'll see you next time. See ya.